Hi, I'm Billy, the photo brother.
And I'm Dan, the video brother, and this is Stacktalk, the podcast with the rail brothers. We talk about big trains, small trains, old trains, new trains, and everything in between. So today, we're going to talk about mostly the biggest gathering of small trains in North America, the Amherst Show, the Springfield Show,
Railway Hobby
the
Show.
Railroad Model Hobby Show.
There's no model in the name. It's just Railroad Hobby Show.
Railroad Hobby Show.
In Springfield, Massachusetts.
The big one at the Biggie.
The Biggie. Yeah, it's the Biggie. I feel like we definitely are like radio guys where we say that. The Biggie. But yeah, we went for a first time this past weekend, so it's fresh in our memory. And it was eventful in that basically half the event we couldn't be there for because there was a big snowstorm that basically took out, I think, like half the country or so.
Yeah, a big chunk of it. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so like we had to cut it short. We only got to be there on Saturday, but it was pretty cool. Although truthfully, I wish I could. I don't like. We definitely only scratched the surface of what we saw. Like we basically ran through each of the buildings to see each thing. But we did do something cool where we, with the Upload Express modelers, we actually got to show our modules. If you've been following along, we've been making little T-Trak modules as part of the Upload Express modelers to kind of promote how easy it is to actually start the hobby. You don't have to need a big, giant, big model railroad like this behind me. You can just start out with a little 1 foot by 1 foot by 1 foot piece, and you can scenic it and everything like that. And we brought those to the show, and all of us Upload Express modelers, there were about 4 of us there. We all connected up with T-Trak modules and connected up to a bigger T-Trak layout, and it was really cool. It was our first time showing a show like this at a big show, so it was pretty cool.
Yeah, so Billy, what is the Railroad Hobby Show?
The Railway Hobby Show. It's done by the Amherst Railway Historical Society, I believe. They've been doing it, I think, since the 60s. Is that right?
Sounds right.
I feel like you just quizzed me. I don't know. But yeah, it's been going on since the 60s, and it's the biggest one in North America, as far as we know. It was pretty cool. But yeah, as I said, we only got to be there for one day. I don't know. What were your thoughts?
Well, I just want to give a high level overview of what the show is, I guess.
Oh, okay. I thought you were just what? Yeah. Well, it's in 5 separate buildings and stuff like that. It's massive. So
it's the largest model railroad show in North America, maybe the world, but at least the U.S. Right?
Yeah.
It's probably the oldest one. It's the show where, unlike most other train shows where you might have 1 or 2 manufacturers there, this is all the manufacturers come together in Springfield at this large exposition center, in addition to a large gathering of operating layouts. So it's going to be a lot of modular layouts, as well as a bunch of vendors that you might find at other shows. Usually, I guess we go to the Greenberg shows because there's 4 of them right around us, and they're pretty big, and they've got a lot of great vendors. But this one had more of the manufacturers. You could kind of talk with people more.
Yeah. And,
at the Greenberg shows, they're great. You can run into people but it's really mostly about trying to get good deals on stuff and acquiring stuff for your collection. At least to me, that's what it's mostly about.
And there's usually a few
much bigger
operating
social
layouts
aspect,
there.
right?
Yeah. This one had massive operating layouts. Huge.
Yeah.
And of every scale you can imagine. Even S scale.
Even S. The best scale.
Special scale.
The special scale for special people.
Just like you, Danny.
It's the perfect size between O and HO, It's like toy, has nice robustness of a toy train, but with the detail and prototypicality of a model train.
It was funny. Somebody yesterday on Blue Sky was trying to convince me to do S scale.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. For what? In relation to your
what was it? I remember how so going into this, I bought a N scale Atlas GP40, and it was a non-sound. It didn't have sound or anything in it, but you can easily drop a decoder in it. I got the wrong decoder, so I was like, okay, well, I got the right one when I went to the show, but now I have the old decoder. I could just return it, but I had the idea of like, maybe I can go look out there and see what can take this decoder, and it's like an E24 decoder. If it's an E24 plug, it's a what is it? ESU decoder. So it's a pretty decent decoder. So that's what's like, let me see if I could find another engine that I could just that I could buy online and just drop it in. And then I kept coming up with like either the ones I wanted didn't accept that plug, or they're just not around. So it's like, for the prototype I'm modeling with it that I'm planning to model, it's like, those I can't really put them in. And so I posted a thing where it's like, why is it I want to impulse buy an engine and I can't find one?
That's a problem with the market, Billy. Well, the market will find a solution.
Exactly. Well, probably truthfully, there's a solution coming, but it's just not an instant solution.
Yeah.
Somebody posted be like, well, another thing, you can always just change scales and, you go to S scale. And I was like,
scale.
Yeah. But I was like, well, this is actually because I am not changing scales, but adding another scale.
S is best.
Yeah, it's good. It's fine. It has some limitations of not having stuff.
I guess so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, some things are difficult to find, like a Blue Comet set that they evidently produced.
If we had one more day there, Danny, we would have been able to find that for you.
That scale American Flyer Blue Comet set. Mm-hmm. I was hanging out in the corner somewhere, dusty. I was looking for it the whole freaking time. I could not find it.
Well, you're better than me. I wasn't really looking for anything. I was.
Yeah, so I guess so this is the furthest that we've traveled for a train show by far, right? Like usually we're going maybe an hour and a half to a train show.
Yeah.
This we were traveling, we took a day off of work to go to the thing.
Admittedly, we didn't, of the people that have traveled to this show, we did not travel that far. We traveled about 4 hours away. Other people flew in from all the way on the other side of the country, then got stuck in a snowstorm for 2-3 days.
Other people flew in from other countries. Yeah, so we definitely didn't it's not like we traveled the furthest, but this is the furthest we have traveled for a train show.
Exactly.
And so it's kind of a big deal for us. It was also our first time bringing a model to a train show, showing our models publicly, kind of showing the brand in a place that's not in front of 2102, generally speaking.
Hey. I have done train shows, unlike some people who chickened out on doing them.
Well, I guess I could do it now. Yeah.
Yeah. Bring your stuff to the Bordentown train show.
I could bring it. We could have a little.
But no, this was for a really, a massive show audience. It was cool. But yeah, and it was cool being part of a whole group that were a big, massive model railroad layout that was there with the Northeast T-Trak.
Yeah, modelers. And I think there's a big deal us bringing the model that far because yes, you have done a show. That show is about 500 feet from your house.
It is maybe 1,000. It is. It's 5 blocks. Five blocks. Yeah.
So, though that show's a big deal. I mean, people. The Bordentown show gets a lot of people going to it. People recognized you from that show at this show, right? There are a few people oh yeah, I was at the Bordentown show.
I think more of I knew somebody. I saw the Southern Jersey T-Trak people were there, and I went up and said hi to them because they also do that. So maybe we can get involved with them. Doing some of the. Now we have some T-Trak modules, right?
Yeah. So a couple things. We brought T-Trak modules. We made our own new merch. So I made a hat,
which didn't arrive until the day.
Didn't arrive until I got. Yeah, it came back
Yeah, let me see this stuff. Let me see. So you got a new hat.
Yeah, we got a new hat for me. I got a new shirt, right? So we got shirts of Rail Brothers, and then on the back, it's got our popular 20 Broadway Limited graphic, which I kind of like. I also got this hat here, which is a corduroy hat.
Where's my merch? Where's my shirt?
And then for Mia,
Oh, I see how it is. I see how it is, Danny. No shirts
Mia
for two.
we got Mia this hat here.
So yeah, also we went up with Danny's wife Mia, aka as Danny had named her, the third rail.
The third rail.
Now she's very important in this situation actually. Because she made us go to cheese shops. Very important.
And she made the logo for us.
Made the logo, but also more importantly, she painted a ton of stuff on this. She was really integral to making these modules, or at least Danny's module. I did mine myself. Mine was only a third of the size of theirs, but whatever. Also,
it's not the size that matters, Billy.
If you come, and now I have a bunch of these stickers, so if you see us anywhere, ask for a sticker.
Yeah, you know what? It was really. I think like my big takeaway from it is it's less important that show about buying and selling stuff, right? It's more about camaraderie. Talking to people
it was great. Talking to people
because the Greenberg shows are not like that.
Yeah, right? They're very business.
It's very business. Like, you got the cash. You're there trying to haggle with people. This is not really the show for haggling, from what I could tell.
I think you could have. I think
you could have, but like, I'm not. I don't know. This guy brought his crap from like halfway across the country. I'm gonna talk him down $5 on a hat or something. No, I'm not gonna do that. If it's the guy from he brought it in from he came from Conshohocken and is going to Edison or something. Yeah, I'm gonna talk that guy down $10. Whatever.
Really, I'm sure we could have gotten some real good deals, Danny, if we stayed around on Sunday.
Yeah, Sunday probably would have gotten good deals. But it was really heartwarming because the social aspect of it surprised me of how many people you knew, right?
Yeah.
And, I was a little bit skeptical of the sticker culture. Mm-hmm. So there was a sticker shock.
You were skeptical?
About the sticker culture.
Wait, there was a sticker shock of your sticker culture?
Of the sticker culture, yes. Mm. It was shocking how many stickers I got and how many we gave away. It's really cute. It's adorable. It's wholesome, right? This is wholesome. I
got them all right above my head now. So,
and it was a moment when there was a lot of turmoil in the country overall, but we were all really cold in these 5 buildings in Springfield, frickin' Massachusetts, all there for trains, all sorts of different people. And we're, trying to build camaraderie and we're showing respect to each other by giving each other, well-crafted stickers and invitations to operate on each other's layouts, which is I just thought it was really wholesome. It was great. Yeah.
No, it was really cool. Like I love that. Like it was a fun aspect of it. I wish I got more stickers actually. There's a few people I know I talked to beforehand. I was like, hey, we need to meet up and exchange stickers.
Yeah.
So and we didn't get to do that. But
so I need to figure out what to do with my stickers.
I put them right here.
I think that's cool. I feel like Mia can inform my stickerdom. So Mia
some people put them on their laptops. Some people put them on if you have a toolbox that you bring, especially with N scale guys. I guess I'm one of them now.
I saw Dennis had that.
Oh, yeah. I guess I'm an N scale guy.
You're an N scaler. Now it seems like you're more interested in building out your modules than you are.
So I'll come back to that.
See, N scale is pretty cool, right?
I'll come back to that. It's cool, but so you can put them on your in the knack boxes that you use to move the stuff around. But you could, a lot of people put them on the edge of the layout or something like that, or put them on, somewhere they can be seen, kind of thing. So
yeah.
So you can be like, oh look, here are the other people I've hung out with, or I've gone to their railroads, or I've talked to them and stuff like that. It's really cool. I don't know exactly where it started, if it started at shows like this or it started online, but I came across it when I was on TikTok with a bunch of people, and they would just mail them to each other. Other railroad creators on TikTok. So if anyone wants anything, I can mail them to you. So
that's great.
So it'd be fun.
I'm exceptionally lazy and probably won't mail anything to anybody, unfortunately. But
I don't know,
Billy, you've got the energy for that and the good handwriting for it, perhaps. My handwriting's awful.
Danny, we are related.
The handwriting's terrible, bro.
Handwriting's terrible.
Yeah, so that was great. We got to talk with a bunch of people. So yeah, it's not, to me, it was the other surprise was that it wasn't really a great place to buy equipment, at least to me. I didn't see any deals there that were like, wow, this is great, or I didn't really see anything.
Truthfully, I should have gotten that when I was looking at the Motorman. That was a pretty good deal for the Motorman. I should have gone back there and gotten it. the IO scaled engineering one.
Yeah.
Like I think they said it was like only 120 or something like that, and that's I think pretty good for that if I remember correctly. I think it goes for like 150. So I was like, should have probably gone back for that, but I could be completely wrong. Don't anyone quote me on numbers.
Yeah. So for me, it wasn't the surprise. I was kind of expecting there to be more collection vendors. I guess people selling.
I think there were people like that. We just didn't really go to them.
Yeah, I didn't see a whole lot of it. So
yeah, I know there were whole areas of the Better Living Center that we just didn't hit at all.
Yeah, I mean, I did go back and looked at it, and so I guess that's the second surprising thing was like I didn't really buy many trains at all. I bought one $30 boxcar from Home Rails, which was cool. I was expecting to drop serious change on trains. I think that I did buy I bought $100 something, but now I forget what it was, which is hilarious. What was that?
Hat.
Oh yeah. So I guess that's the number 3 thing is that I spent a bunch of money on clothing and apparel, which was surprising. Oh, I bought a kit. I bought a kit from
what kit
Custom. I bought a small skyscraper, N-scale skyscraper from the I forget the name of them, cool. But they're the guys out of Baltimore. They do really nice the acrylic kits, custom model.
I think it's just custom models or something like that. Here, I think I took a photo of them. They're in the thing. Let me go find them. Yeah, look them up.
Yeah, let me know when you got it. But yeah, and then the other thing was the apparel. That was the other. So let me hang on a second. Hang on. So I gotta take off my stuff.
Hanging on. I am hanging. I'm hanging.
Authentic engineer hat, and I learned a lot about the hat apparel from this guy. Was it LaSalle?
Yeah, I think it was LaSalle.
LaSalle, yeah. Who then just gave me this hat. I bought it. It was like $70. I think it's a nice hat.
Which one do you think I should get?
There you go. There's the hat. I think I got it a little too tight. He recommended not going this tight, and I didn't listen to him, and I probably should listen to him. But yeah, I got this hat, and then in addition, the piece de resistance, went to the Danbury Rare Museum, which is I think it's called the Rare Museum of New England. Is that actually the real name of it now?
I don't know. I always called it the Danbury.
Did they change your name? It says Danbury Rare Museum on this thing. So I went to this, and they have this awesome freaking scarf for an Amtrak AEM7 in Phase 3, and with the number of their AEM7, which is really cool. So yeah, I guess that's the stuff I wasn't expecting was to buy apparel, but because I guess that's the thing. I've seen lots of great vendors for N-scale trains. A lot of the same guys that show up at the Greenberg show also show up to this one because they're not that far apart if you're a vendor, like a regular vendor.
Yeah.
But some of those apparel guys, I think he was from pretty far away.
He was from Pennsylvania.
Oh, he's from Pennsylvania. Okay, then. But either way, I've never seen him at the Greenberg shows. So
no, but he's I think he seems pretty legit with his stuff.
Yeah.
So you got to tell me which hat I need now from him.
I don't know. You should ask him. He told me the whole history behind all the hats. I think this is like a 1950s style engineer hat. And so I guess the thing I didn't realize was that a welder's hat was just a style of a hat, like a baseball cap. And you did not have to be a welder necessarily to wear the welder style hat. You could be an engineer or a fireman, et cetera, et cetera. And that the polka dots were just that was like a cheap pattern that you could buy in that era. So it's not it's not like if you had the polka dots that meant you were a welder. It's just that the welders tended to wear those polka dots
because they weren't paid well. Got it. And they probably went through the hats because
they would probably burn holes in the hat. And that the engineers and the firemen and the welders hung on to the cotton natural fiber hats longer because the early polyester baseball caps everyone else switched over to melted. Yes. Yep. So that's why they used these guys.
Yeah, I know about that. I deal with fabrics.
So I thought that was pretty neat. So that was the third sort of takeaway. It was things I was surprised about at the show. It was big, but I think everyone had told me it was going to be big, so that wasn't really that surprising. Yeah, and for how big it was, the whole operation was very seamless.
It seemed to be pretty good. Yeah. I might have made an error and forgot our wristbands. And they were pretty good about just if I went up there and be like, "Hey, here's the receipt. Could you just give me the wristbands?" They were very nice about that because they did make fun of me a little bit but you know,
I mean, you deserve it.
Yeah,
you deserve it. Yeah.
it's like, you know,
we nearly turned around, did a Yui on a New Jersey Turnpike.
it was like, we're like 40 minutes away. What do we do?
I think in retrospect, we made the right decision. So.
Oh, 100%. But
yeah.
But yeah, you know, I've never been known to remember things ever. So yeah. But getting back to the N scale thing. So, so here's the CMR. It's CMR, Custom Model Railroads. They make these big skyscrapers and stuff like that. They were really cool.
Yeah, so I don't know if in this picture, but I bought kind of like one of the ones on like the bottom.
It's actually a video. There. Is this videoing for you?
Yeah, it's video. Yeah.
Yeah. Man, these things are so cool. So massive.
Yeah, I bought one of the little guys.
Why'd you buy a little one? Buy the big one. I mean,
it's like an N scale skyscraper, but I didn't want to I've never put together one of these kits before.
So wait a second. I'm looking at this. Is this the N scale version of this one?
Yeah, exactly. So they have the N scale one. So if you pause it right there, I'm like the one in the middle at the bottom. Like
this one?
It's either that one or the one to the left of it. Yeah.
Got it. Cool.
Which I thought was like a pretty, I didn't want to buy, because a lot of those are like landmark buildings from cities that are not Philadelphia, and that's always a challenge with me because I do not only. Do I do like scale models?
Is it supposed to be Philadelphia?
It's not supposed to be Philadelphia, but I also don't want it to be Baltimore. I'm
going to tell you this, Danny.
I know that you won't notice, but other people will notice. Like, for example, I have a friend who for Danny, a time lived in Baltimore and would definitely know if it's a Baltimore building or not.
Your sample size is not great for that because it is all your friends are architects.
Yeah, so that's just why I can't. That's just why I can't have like a landmark.
Oh, you got the little Upload Express thing on there. Good job.
Super landmark Baltimore building. Right? I want to have a Philadelphia building, if any landmark buildings.
So what you got to do is bug them. Be like, hey, make some Philadelphia ones.
Well, or I'll just make one, right? Like, I'm perfectly capable of making one.
You have, in fact, made a skyscraper before.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So, like, if I'm going to make a big skyscraper...
You should do... are you going to paint... You should just paint that up and just put it right in the middle of your layout.
I think that's a possibility. I think right now... I mean, I already have put up, like, the off... Like, the reject pieces.
Yeah. So, for those who don't know, Danny did a big, like... he got a award last summer. I believe it was... Best Young Architect in Philadelphia?
It was just the Young Architect Award, the AIA Philadelphia Young Architect Award.
Yeah, so, and Danny had to do a big exposition, not a big but an exposition of his different, like, things he's designed. And with that, he 3D printed a bunch of his buildings in N scale, deliberately so he can use them with his N scale trains. At least that's what I think. Including a how many story skyscraper? I
think it's 27-story skyscraper.
27-story skyscraper, a full minor league stadium, baseball stadium, and what was that little one? There was that little one too, right? There's a little one, like this big.
So I had a few buildings. I think I can hang on. Let me share my screen real quick. And this does, tie in with our.
We're gonna tie it in. We're gonna bring it all back. Bring it all back.
So, so I ended up I guess it's funny because like I chose to do my thesis project in college, which was like more than 10 years ago now, in N scale, and that has since like reverberated through my career professionally and now my hobby. So that now I'm like very deep in the N scale, right? So if you can see right there, it's kind of my crappy foam cut model of City Hall, and then behind that you've got a picture of a skyscraper I did. So that was all 3D printed, and then I did over here on the right a 3D print of the Syracuse Mets stadium that I worked on a few years back. And so there's the Syracuse Mets. So now I put a French cleat on that. I hung that up in my front room. It looks really cool.
It does, yeah.
But I will tell you that this process definitely taught me a lot about 3D printing and model making in N scale. So I got a lot of like. And it also taught my wife, because basically what I would do is I would be in the office printing this stuff, or I'd be at home printing this stuff. And this has got to be like 30 or 40 individual prints in this one image right here. And so we got pretty good at gluing them together and cleaning them up to make them look relatively presentable. And then we also did some like minor ballasting and painting kind of like bench work underneath it. So we got pretty good at that, and that became a sort of precursor to us being able to kind of make a nice N-scale module now, which is what we did. We basically applied this sort of architectural logic, which is this sort of abstracted, like no materiality thing, and try to make it as perfect as possible. And then we had the opportunity to apply that and make it like dirty and nasty and realistic and like evocative of history and memories in ways that these architectural models usually don't like to do. And so it was really fun.
Yeah.
So potentially I have this in my basement now, and I have like little bits of this that are part of the layout right now. But I mean, I know how to print this in N-scale. I think the intent, if I were to try to put this actually in my model railroad, is I would do it a little bit differently. Instead of these are all printed as like solid blocks because I didn't need to put the interiors in them. If I was doing it for my layout, I think I'd print them not as solid blocks with like interior walls and things like that, which would save on some of the cost of
printing,
printing and all that kind of stuff. So
yeah,
and here's some of the detail there. I think my tradition going forward is there's got to be an N-scale MG in every single one of my models now.
Well, going forward, that's the way it's been.
Yeah. So there's MG.
I don't know, man. Like
there's an MG in this one, and now there's an MG on the modules. So
like I forget. Did you put an MG in somehow in the city hall or
no? There's no MG in city hall.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Didn't crash one into the basement of it or something.
No.
But. All right. Well, talking about Danny, he did all that. I forget how we got on that topic.
Oh, well, basically that was a preamble to our like our
Upload
modules,
Express
right?
modules.
Yeah, Upload Express modules. Yeah.
Upload Express. Upload Express. Sorry, Starlight Expressing. But yeah, so probably around a similar time about when Danny was working on this, we got asked to be part of the Upload Express modelers, which we kind of explained was a group of us that wanted to kind of promote, hey, it's easy to get started in model railroading. Let's make some content about how to do that. And what's an easy way of getting started in model railroading is to use these little T-Trak modules, which can come they come in like basically 1 foot deep typically. And between like at a standard size of like 1 foot wide, 2 feet wide, 3 foot wide ish. It's all in metric and based on the Cato Unitrack system. Danny, you might actually be able to explain this way better than I can.
Yeah. So T-Trak goes back to some Japanese standards, and is based on Cato Unitrack, as you said before. So has to be basically multiples of, I believe it's 110 millimeters. For the width of the modules, and they need to be slightly the track needs to extend about 1 millimeter from each side, and that essentially gives you a module that can come in increments of that 110 millimeters as they get bigger and smaller. And the real differentiator of T-Trak from a lot of the other modular standards is it doesn't require legs at all. It's designed to just sit on a table, which is, at least where my understanding is, where the T comes from for T-Trak. It's like it's tabletop model railroading. So you don't need to bring your own legs, which is a real big pain in the butt, I might add.
But yeah, it's designed to fit on a standard 2.5 foot wide folding table. And like by fit, I mean a full leg loop. Like you have the whole loop of it can fit on it. So it goes back and forth. Versus, having a bigger thing. Now, it does mean a little bit tighter things, but it's N scale. So it's actually pretty easy that way. And it just clicks together. That's what I really find cool, is that it just goes click. And then you
click. Yeah, it's a very satisfying little click.
And then there's, you can connect some wires, but they don't need to all be wired together. They're just, every once in a while you need a wire coming from it for power. So it's actually it's really cool that way to me. And truthfully, it makes it so I think there's a lot of like artistic value in it, in that like you can just model a scene like we did. But like you can do just like, hey, I want to do this scene, and then I want to do something completely different with the next ones, and it's completely fine. It doesn't need to be cohesive in any way. It can be if you want, but it doesn't need to. And then it's also really easy to bring places. So like, as I said, we brought this up to Massachusetts. We can easily break it apart. Like I bought when basically when we started talking about this, my wife is even interested in making some of these, not from a train aspect, but she likes, maybe making like a little scene, which is kind of cool. And I was like, I'll put tracks on it and I'll run trains past it. It's fine. It's basically what what we did when we were kids, when my mom set up a Playmobil dollhouse and we just put trains around it. My mom still talks about that. But so I bought a full loop of these. So it's a set and we got them from Klondike. He makes them. They're laser cut kits. So you just put them together. You don't even need any kind of tools at all. You just need tape and wood glue. Actually, you might need a Allen key that we all have from building IKEA stuff, to put on the little legs so that you can level them. But it makes it a really easy and then to put them together and everything like that. So pretty neat. And I bought a whole little loop set from him, and then I keep buying more and more because, as Danny said, I kind of got a little bit. I like this a lot. And the funny thing is, I've been thinking about it. I like the scenery aspect of this more than the trains aspect of it in N scale. Like in HO, I'm about the trains, N scale, as I was saying before, I was trying to find a train to go with, and I was like, I don't know. Do I really want to buy one of these? It was weird. I was like, I don't feel the emotional attachment to the trains in it as much, which is weird to me. I have emotional attachment to the scenery, which is interesting because I designed my HO layout to be less scenery and more just like flats. So it's really an interesting thing my brain is going through right now with it. So, and it's cool because it's like, oh, I can explore different kind of areas of scenery with it. So, but as I said, I think it also is just like I have a very set prototype I'm working on right now. So I'm like, do I really need to buy something that's completely out of prototype? So.
Yeah, and I guess for me, the interesting, N scale versus HO is that N scale is much more about big picture scenery and trains, and not really about the detail. You're about a town. You're not about a moment in the town, for example.
You say that. You had some good moments in here.
Yeah, why don't you flip through some of this? So I added some more pictures into. I've got the floor plan or the preliminary plan we put together.
Do we want to go one of the ones I really liked was this one here, where this is under the bridge. I don't know if you're showing up.
Yeah, showing up.
Yeah. And then over here you got 4 little guys. And the fun part is that so I think we need to step back a little bit before we go crazy with this. Actually, we need to explain a little bit more.
Yeah, so
explaining this for this. So these 4 little guys, that's Danny and his friends. They made a band and they took a photo down here for one of their band album covers under this bridge. So
that's the music we use for the intro.
Exactly. So don't take photographs on tracks, kids. But yeah, but that's this little scene you put in there. So I think that kind of alludes to what did we actually do? So how did we come to modeling this, and what is it?
You mentioned it was part of the the Upload Express modelers. So me and Billy grew up in Hopewell, New Jersey, right? Our dad was at the shore. Our mom lived in Hopewell. Our aunt lived in Hopewell. We had a bunch of family in Hopewell. So we moved to Hopewell. Our grandma lived in Hopewell. And we already liked trains before we moved to Hopewell. And we just happened to move into our apartment, which was directly across the street from the train station in Hopewell, which is that kind of brick structure you can see in the middle. And the Hopewell train station is one of the finest examples of Victorian architecture, of Victorian railroad architecture, really anywhere. It's a really great example of a Second Empire style sort of Carpenter Gothic and eclectic Victorianism. So it was built in the 1870s when they built the line, the Delaware and Bound Brook. And it's just a really great example of this eclectic Victorian architecture that had an impact on me. Now I'm an architect, but I think also on all of us in our appreciation of trains, but also just our appreciation of the hometown we were in. And so the train station is a big part of the identity of the town, where when you enter the town, like the sign that says entering Hopewell has like a metal cutout of the train station. So that's how sort of emblematic this train station is of the town. And it's a pretty, yeah, it's a beautiful structure, and it made an impact on us. And then in addition to that, it made an impact on, the whole town, as I said before. So we were able to actually model this scene that was significant to us, but also surprisingly to a bunch of other people that we didn't think about. So those buildings in the back, we grew up in one of those apartment buildings, and I actually put in my mom on the porch with her dog, and then I used to, after the trains stopped running into Hopewell, and only freight trains, the train station got renovated beautifully in the late 90s, and became a community center, and I would practice violin, and we'd have orchestra practice inside the community center. And then later on, when I was a teenager, my band rented out the whole area and threw a big show with a bunch of different bands. Like, it was almost like a little mini music festival. Our grandma worked at the tomato factory, which used to be a tomato factory but is now a antique dealership, and she also lived down the street from us. And then our aunt lived in town. All my first crushes all lived up one of the cross streets there. So yeah, it's a lot of memories. And I guess maybe that was the surprising thing for us, and maybe for me, is that, for a model railroader, I'm not that old. We're in our 30s. Mm. A lot of model railroaders are, in their 60s or something. And so that's a logical thing for someone in their 60s to do, is to kind of tap into these like elemental memories that they have from their childhood and their formative years. Whereas for us, that's not like that long ago. Like, it's a long time ago, but it's not that long ago. And so I didn't expect necessarily for that to come out here, but it did. Yeah. So we drew from a lot of memories here. And then when we posted this online, the surprising thing was just how many people from our childhood started commenting and responding positively to this module, which I just, when I started doing it, it was more of an ego thing. It wasn't really like this emotional module that I was doing. It was doing it as like an intellectual exercise, because I've always wanted to model the train station.
Yeah. Right? Well, actually, the fun thing is, what was it? Like, we have a train-a-thon coming up soon, hopefully, in a couple weeks. But last year's train-a-thon is actually where we've kind of reignited the idea of this.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, remember we were talking about layouts that got away.
Oh.
And we were talking about Hopewell.
Yeah, and so
also,
I guess
apparently I made a track plan for somebody online, and Danny got mad about it.
Yeah. So I guess to put a pin in that is, like, on one hand, we did put this together in like a month, basically. In Rail Brothers fashion, we were late, and we had to rush to get the whole thing done. So basically, most of it got done in the last month. But the longer answer is that I've been wanting to model the Hopewell train station in some scale. Like, I think it was usually going to be an HO, because that's what I had thought I'd be modeling in. But, like, I had gone in 2007, is that right? And taken pictures.
Yeah, so I had to dig through old photos of that were on our cameras, and I found Danny took photos of the train station and actually a bunch of the other buildings in the area, and the bridge, which has since been demolished and replaced with a newer structure. That in 2007, with the idea of, like, Danny at some point would want to make these. Would make these in some way, shape, or form, and you were actually able to use the textures from that to make the train station, right?
Yeah. So basically, those textures are from those 2007 images for the train station. So literally, it is exactly modeling 2007. Now, the reality of it is, I actually went and like weathered them a little bit in Photoshop to make them look a little grungier, because I didn't necessarily want it to look as pristine as it looked back then. But then, yeah, so really, in a way, like, that model in particular has been 20 years in the making, which is wild. And I know I went back later and actually measured things. So I started making a SketchUp model, which is like a modeling software on the computer. And then I used that as the basis to bring it into Revit, which is an architectural modeling program. And then from there, I built it in 1:1, and then used a lot of resources from the Hopewell Valley History Project. And also some of the resources on YouTube and whatnot. There's a presentation that the restoration architect gave about the train station that I was able to mine for information, especially about like the layout of the second and third floor and some of the history about that.
It always looks so weird to me with
all the sports. And then I basically used all of that, which is like 20 years of my own research and then also a lot of kind of collective research by the town, and applied a lot of the techniques that I learned from both making my thesis stuff, like all these crazy 3D prints I did in N-scale, and also some of the prints we did for Billy's daughter and her dollhouse. And combine that with some of the modeling techniques that I've picked up over the years and things that Mia have picked up, and basically use the texture and printed that out on an inkjet printer and just pasted that to the outside of the building, but also still modeled all the details so that the technique here was supposed to be the best of both worlds, because there are a lot of kits that are like the paper kits and they're just flat, right? And they have beautiful textures on them. But a lot of times it's just kind of like a flat kit, so there's not a lot of detail with cornices and things like that. And then the totally other end of the spectrum are like, your injection mold models that can get really detailed in the brickwork, right? And you can actually get into the bricks and put the mortar in there, which can look really good, but it's kind of beyond the easy filament technology that I have available.
Especially in N-scale.
Especially in N-scale. And I think that, looking at... Have you ever watched... oh, gosh, what's his name? He does card stuff in N-scale. I always talk about him. Oh, my gosh. Why can't I... N-scale card stock modeling. And he's British. Oh, my gosh. Oh, it's just such good stuff.
You gotta plug people right, Danny. Come on. Gotta restart the podcast.
Chandwell. Oh, Chandwell. It's so good. But basically, the guy Chandwell basically...
Hello, welcome to Chandwell.
It's been 4 years since I first introduced Chandwell. So today...
He takes cardstock and puts just printed textures on them and layers them up to get the detail, kind of the ins and outs of buildings, and they look fantastic. And so basically what this is allowing me to do is bring a higher level of detail, leverage the 3D printing for what it's good at, which is kind of like the medium scale details, not the really fine details, but the medium scale details. Let the inkjet printer do the fine textures, and then paint the rest of the details that don't necessarily have fine textures.
I think it looked really good, Danny.
Yeah.
So I was truthfully, like, when I saw it, I was like, wow, that's kind of amazing. Like, really.
Yeah, and Mia was the one that ended up painting all of that and kind of putting it together.
Woo, Mia. Woo.
And she did a freaking awesome job. Like, I wouldn't have been able to do it by myself.
There's still one. Oh, I kept the photo. There was one photo of you without a shirt on in there. Oh, no. Oh, no.
You see my pepperoni pizzas?
Yeah, we'll see. But yeah, like, man, that detail looks so good on it. So I'm truthfully really impressed with it. But yeah, and like, you went through, you had it. So like, there's the train station. There's, let's see, where's the chocolate factory? Chocolate factory is also another one you did really well. See, I think I took photos of it later on in the day. Whee! We're scrolling. Hopefully, there we go. So this is the Hopewell Dainties factory. Hopefully it loads. There we go. Bonbons, chocolates.
Yeah, so the cool thing with that is that, if I was doing the traditional injection molded sort of model, so basically you'd have to print that out anyway to get that on there, right? Like you print it out, make a decal or something, and apply it to the building. This just like, you combine it all together. So I was able to take imagery that both we had taken and were from Google Maps and publicly available images of the building, scale that to my model I had of the building, and then was able to take historic images from the Hope World History Project and overlay the historic advertisement on top of that and just print that all out at once and then weather it as well, to give it the look that it came out with there. And I thought it was pretty successful.
It does. It looks.
In addition to that, we actually modeled interiors for a lot of these buildings, almost all of them, and then put similar textures on the inside of the models, and then drilled holes in the bottom. We should have done that beforehand, but it put a lighting kit inside of it that ended up looking really good.
Let's see. I think I took some photos that kind of emphasize the inside stuff.
Yeah, and then all the buildings behind, like the train station and the train shed, were both all custom models. That's the Fancy Threads building, and we put a little interior in there. And that's same thing. So that one's just 3D printed and painted, which I think for the background buildings, we didn't necessarily want them to pop out as much with the texture. But you can see even with just the FDM, the filament printing, you can get some really good details for like shiplap and whatnot.
Yeah. I like the little like details you see through the setting. You see, this is Chubby's luncheonette.
Yep,
that's really good. Really cool. So here's like an overview of the module. Oh, let me get one with my full thing in there. There we go.
There it is.
Yeah, so there's the module. I did this little part here. Danny did all that. Danny and Mia did all that. So it's a.
I upload. There should be, if you go all the way to the beginning, there should be a.
So like, yeah. So you can kind of see. So we did this as like an idealized Hopewell, really. So like. We did it so it had the maximum trackage at the time. So it had 4 tracks going through it at the time. And it had this fun little funky frog thing here with the team tracks. This is a team track here. And this actually went to a coal dump on this side. But we, in the time frame we didn't really have a way to model that well. So I might go back and do that at some point. But yeah, here we go. Here's a good one. So this is the tomato factory we were talking about. And this is the thing. This is the little one I did. So I did things kind of like the non-3D printed way. So I did it. So these are both Walther's kits, a little tower kit. And this was I think it was like a freight depot or something like that. But yeah, I was able to alter it a little bit and make it into the tomato factory. So that's kind of like how you would, if like most modelers would do it. So it was pretty, painted it, the normal way with just acrylic paints. I think it turned out okay.
Yeah, I think it turned out great.
But truthfully, we weren't really before this. I did my Inglenook before this, but I know before this year we really weren't like. We hadn't done much scenery, so this was kind of like hey, we need to get over that hump and do scenery. So, let's see. Do I have another? Here's the back of it. There you go. A little back of it. Did some static grassy stuff, made trees, put some ballast down for the gravel parking lot.
Yeah, it looks really good.
Thank you.
I think that was the somewhat liberating thing about N-Scale, is that you don't have to necessarily sweat it as much because it's so small that you really just need to get the big picture right?
You say that. Talk to Dennis. See what he says about that.
I guess that's true. I don't know. I
N-Scale train boy. Yeah, he can make this stuff like the detail on it really pop, and it's amazing seeing him do it.
And you certainly can do it, but I just like that in this scale, it's to me, I enjoyed crafting the overall atmosphere of it as opposed to like going super deep. I mean, I did go super deep into the train station, so I can't really say.
I'm like Danny. Come on,
I don't know. I just thought it was if I did it in HO, the train station would be twice the size, right?
Yeah.
It would require twice as much effort. I would probably have to model every single brick individually. And I probably wouldn't have done it, right? Because it would have been multiple prints, more prints out of my thing. Anyways, let's all say that for my particular situation right now, N-Scale makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
And
I think it does.
So, yeah.
So as I said, it's an easy way to get started in the hobby with it. And because you don't even need if you want a full loop of track, all it takes is maybe 3 foot, 3.5 foot by 2.5 foot space that you could set up temporarily on a folding table. And really, you could just use one of these and build some scenery, and then you go to a show or meet some people, and you just hook it up with them, and then you can run whatever trains you want on it. It's really neat. I like it. It's really cool culture that way. As you can see here, we got these are the RDCs that we got. They actually went through Hopewell.
These specific numbers too, right?
Yeah, we made sure to get we got them from Rapido, and they came from Rapido without any numbers on them, which normally I'd be like, why? But now I'm like, I get it, because now I can actually but they gave you the decals with them, and they had the number, and we looked at all these old photos of Hopewell, and we're like, it's that one, and that number would have went through here. So and then I put them on, and man, I've never decaled something in N scale before, and that putting number boards on one of those things, that was a little tough, but truthfully, not as tough as I thought it was going to be. It was actually, not the toughest thing, truthfully. So, but as I said, N scale, I like it. I like it. I gotta say, yeah. I feel like, I don't know. Am I betraying my HO people?
It's no betrayal. It's just different flavors.
Okay, it's okay, baby. It's okay.
Yeah, it's definitely. Yeah, I think we wouldn't have been able to do this in the same amount of time in HO. So I think there's something to be said for that. So it's pretty cool we're able to do that. Big shout out to the Modelers Express Upload Express modelers.
Yeah.
And okay, so I'm sharing the floor plan. There's a track plan we did now. This is really rough just in any rail, but you can see Billy's module is that bit on the left. Let me see if I can bring up the... Can you see my cursor on there, Billy?
Yeah, I can, yeah.
Okay, so yeah, Billy's module is this one with the tomato factory and the tower. So that's just a single module, and then we had a triple. So in retrospect, I think the triple is a little bit unwieldy in most situations. If we could have done 2 doubles, I think this would have been better. The reason why we didn't do that was you can see it would have been tough to break these modules up. You would have had a switch.
You could have probably done I guess the station sits on that. I was going to say
you could have maybe done it just 2 doubles, right? But
I was actually thinking you could do a double and 2 singles, but you'd have to mess with where the train station is.
Yeah. Well, I think 2 singles, two doubles could have worked because it just would have been tough to connect that. The switch, but it's probably doable.
Yeah.
Because we didn't. This is our first time really putting together more complicated modules that aren't just the standard 2 tracks. So I guess that's to say the standard is just 2 tracks in the front. That's it. So the 4-track main line is a bit more complicated. In addition, the switching. So we didn't know how, if once you stray from that, how that would connect. Turns out they connect pretty easy. We probably could have made it work. Yeah. But the triple is just a little bit too big for the small car that we have. It does fit in it, but it's a little bit bulky.
Especially when there's me in it as well.
Yeah, especially when Billy's in it. But it just barely fits in the back. And the other challenge with this is to get the track spacing right, which is based on Kato system. Kato uses 33 millimeters track centers, and to get that consistent spacing among all 4 tracks, which is what Hopewell had at its peak, we had to use a number 4 switch. And the number 4 Kato switches are a little bit temperamental, and then we weren't as careful as we should have been with the initial ballasting. And I know we gunked up a couple of the switches and had to replace them, and that's not cheap.
Here's the thing: we hadn't even ballasted yet.
They just didn't work that well.
They just didn't work that way.
Yeah. So the number 4 switches, as we kind of knew that going in it, but the number 4 switches were a little bit troublesome, but we were able to switch them out for turnouts that worked a little bit better. And they actually, at the show, they worked well, right? Like we didn't really have...
Well, I think most of the issues we were having with it is when we set it up on our test one in your basement, is that we had a curve going right into it.
Yeah.
Which had some trouble. Although they had the curve going right into it originally.
I think it was a leveling problem.
Where Andy's stuff came in. So, yeah, you're right. It probably was a leveling problem because we were like on those wonky tables that we were trying to set up. Now, and then I immediately that night just went to Home Depot and bought a folding table. It's like, no, I'm not dealing with this anymore. Don't tell anyone in our family because then they're going to want to borrow the folding table.
Yeah. Yeah, and I guess the one challenge with this for me was this crossing, this 30-degree crossing. Kato doesn't make that, so we had to come up with something else. I tried to buy... Kato makes transition tracks that transition from Kato to Tomix tracks, but that ended up not fitting, so I had to regroup at the last second. I ended up getting an Atlas crossing and had to ballast that by hand, and I didn't know how to do that. That bit did not turn out great, but was still able to make it work. So
I think it looked fine.
It looked fine. Yeah. And then funny enough, there was supposed to be a signal bridge here, and that only just came in like today, right?
Oh, it didn't even ship yet. It's shipping today.
Yet.
It's shipping today.
That's hilarious.
So
funny. But yeah, I mean, we kind of put this together quite quickly, and I think it turned out pretty well. I mean, I think it goes from that, Billy, you had published a track plan similar to this somewhere, and I got all pissed off about it because, like, Billy, I want to make that first, and some guy's going to make Hopewell before I am. And then I suspect they haven't finished it, right?
I don't know. I haven't seen anything. It was on Reddit, so
we should probably post our stuff to that chain and be like, well, it would look something like this.
Oh man, you're a dick. But yeah, I don't know. I have no problem doing it. I think the guy will have fun with it. It's a really cool thing, and I was like, I kind of wanted to explore how to do it anyway, and
well, that's one way to get me to do something is if someone else is going to do it first.
It's
and I have to
probably like one of the best ways to do it. Yeah.
Yeah. No, there's nothing wrong with someone else modeling it. I just wanted to make sure that I don't know. I just wanted to do it, I guess.
Yeah, you wanted to do it.
I've been wanting to do this for 20 years, and we finally did it.
You finally did it.
Finally.
So, and then you would like take in measurements of it in like 2010 or something. You were saying so like. You had drawn it up in like CAD or something like that in their SketchUp.
Yep.
So, but yeah, no, I think it was a really fun experience. It was cool doing it. I think we need to try to figure out somewhere else to set it up. Where we can like somewhere maybe in Hopewell to set it up. Maybe it'd be cool to figure out a way to set it up in the train station.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah, like I was thinking, like if we can set it up in the parking lot, even then we can have a photo of the train station and then the real train station in the background.
Yeah,
that'd be pretty cool.
That'd be very cool.
Yeah,
I gotta get my T1 working.
Yeah, you do. Send it back to BLI. It'll take them. It takes them a few months to do that. I think I actually have a Mikado that's due up for. We'll see if it should be processed soon. So.
Yeah, we were able to talk to the BLI folks, which is great.
Yeah, they gave me a hat.
They gave me a hat too. It was great.
Woo! Hat.
Yeah, so the Amherst show, I think it was a success. It was a bummer we had to leave early, and that was like a whole thing. And then,
I think we made the right call. From talking to people, I think we made the right call.
Mia, Eddie from Model Train People, and his son all got sick. So we got the Amherst crud as he
the con crud.
Yeah. I do wonder if a certain other Rail Brothers somehow infected all of us, but we'll see.
No. Hey, I had antibiotics. I should have been fine. That's what they said. So
that's what they said.
Hey, I had that cough since like beginning of January.
Well, maybe you caught something else in addition to the cough or something.
Truthfully, I kind of think it might be that.
That's probably that, yeah.
It's possible, but I also heard that Dennis had something. So I'm like,
maybe it's all Dennis. Let's blame Dennis. It's all Dennis.
There you go. You blame it. But then, like, there's another person I was talking to online that's like, oh, no, the person they were driving with had COVID. Everyone had
we tested. We don't think it's COVID, but
yeah.
But I've been a little under the weather for a little bit. So I guess I would say, like, maybe if you go, maybe you should wear a mask. I saw a couple people. The guy from the Pixel Depot, I think I saw, he was all masked up, which, if you're sick or if you're going there and you don't want to get sick, there's 20,000 disgusting model railroaders there spreading the germ wealth.
It's true.
Yeah, it was a good show. Do you think we're going to try to go next year?
I want to do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then hopefully we can. I don't know. Do we build more modules and bring them up? Do we bring different ones?
That's another episode. So you could catch us. We'll have a live episode on. Was it the 20th?
Let me see here. Where's the calendar?
I believe it's the 20th, right? It's Friday, the 20th of February.
Yeah,
Friday the 20th, and then the 21st of February.
Yeah, so the Friday the 20th, I think we're going to try and do a live podcast at 10 p.m.
Yep.
And then on the 21st at 11 a.m., we're going to do something. We haven't quite figured it out yet. We might do like a little op session thing or something like that.
Thing.
Yeah.
And then we'll either that episode or the one after that, we'll debut our sort of concept for March, which is Union Station Madness.
Yeah, Union Station Madness.
So we're going to have brackets of all the Union stations, and they're going to duke it out.
Yeah.
Figure it out. So
figure out which one is the best Union Station.
Pick your favorite Union Station, bet on them, send hate mail to your least favorite one. Yeah, so it'll be fun.
It'll be good.
Union Station Face Off, Union Station Madness. But that'll be a lot of fun.
Cool. Yeah. I don't know. Anything else?
No, I mean, I guess I'll say that, go to our website. We've got links to our Facebook, to our
railbrothers.net. I redid the whole website last month. It is usable.
Yeah, usable.
Usable.
Yeah, we've got our Instagram, right? You can see all of our good stuff on Instagram. We've got a Facebook.
Hey, there's my face.
We got all sorts of other stuff. In addition to that, we have our Etsy store, which also has great stuff, and we're starting to ship people bulk products, which is pretty exciting. And so if you have a store or something, you want some of our products, we sell a lot of hats that deal with railroad logos and trolley logos. If you want to buy bulk stuff for your store, you can order that from us as well. Or if you have any ideas for products that you'd like us to make, or really for me to make, I could do that as well.
I don't do it. I just am like, yeah, you can do that. Yeah, it's cool.
So we hope to see you the 20th. Look at all of our stuff, like and subscribe.
Also, if you want a sticker message, we'll mail it anywhere in the U.S. So,
Billy will mail it anywhere.
I'll mail it.
I'm not mailing shit. That's all, Billy.
You cursed.
Uh-oh. Well, if that
you're gonna bleep it. You're gonna choo-choo it.
I think
you're not gonna choo-choo it.
I think saying poop on the internet's okay.
Yeah, but you didn't say poop.
Just no fornication.
You didn't say poop.
I didn't say poop.
I didn't curse the whole episode, and then you did it.
I'm so proud of you, Billy. Oh my goodness. All right, on that, we'll see you on the 20th. Maybe we'll put out a podcast before then. Probably not.
I don't even. Is this gonna be up before then? Nobody knows.
Nobody knows. We'll see. All right.
Cool,
see you guys.
What is it? What is our catchphrase?
Oh, Billy, you don't remember?
We'll see you down the line. Yeah.
Down the line.
Better not to come back, 'cause I'll trap you in a city.